Roseanne won't be seen tonight, so we can bring you a very special episode of The Gen X Files. Welcome to The Gen X Files. I'm Jim.
I'm Adam.
And today is another For the Stepdads. Oh, your patriotic old stepdads are here.
Yeah.
Getting,
Yay, America.
dusting off the last of the firework ash and picking the hot dog gunk out of our teeth for the 4th of July.
I can't believe that July's almost over already.
I know.
It's crazy.
Yes, we're going to turn into those news programs that are like, can you believe it's August already? Oh, my gosh. I can't believe it.
It just feels like this whole month has just flown by.
Yeah, this whole year has flown by, man.
That's true. That is true.
It's crazy. We're like...
Did you know it's almost August?
Oh, no. Oh, don't tell me that. Oh, God. Yeah. Oh, I can't believe it. Oh, yeah. Well, anyway, 7 people died and...
Oh, let's not. We have plenty of people who died we need to talk about, but let's not get into that.
Yeah, we lost a lot of folks.
Oh, my God.
Some good, some bad.
Yeah, mostly good.
Mostly good. I think the saddest for me is Chuck Mangione.
Yeah. I mean, he was like 84, so I mean, it's not like he was,
You know, it's what's fairly ironic. I don't know if ironic is the right word, but with King of the Hill coming back next month, Chuck Mangione was a big part of that show.
Yeah, he was. He was.
I loved him.
He's not anymore.
Oh,
a
lot of people aren't. By the way,
I did see an interesting thing that coming up next month. It'll be, I think it was Family Guy, Futurama, King of the Hill, and with South Park. It'll be the first time in 15 years that all 4 of them are going to be airing again, new episodes. First time since 2010.
Oh.
That all 4 of them are going to be airing new episodes.
Futurama's coming back?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
What were the other ones?
Well, Family Guy, which has never really, I mean, it's gone away and come back a number of times.
Right.
And then King of the Hill, being the one that's gone the longest.
I'm curious. I was never a huge King of the Hill fan. I liked it.
Mark and I sat down, we lived together, and we watched it over 8 months. We watched 13 seasons and thought we were done, and then realized there was another season. And totally forgot about it.
Was it a good rewatch?
It was. It's a fun show. I mean, it's very comforting because it's a lot of the same.
Yeah.
But it's interesting. They really told some interesting stories.
Well, as somebody who grew up going to Texas a lot and still goes to Texas, it's pretty accurate. And it was look, I think Mike Judge is a really talented guy.
Oh, he's great.
I think he's this is becoming for me as overused as like iconic or Nazi is underrated.
Oh, yeah.
But I really do believe
he's so underrated. He had many.
Yeah. But I mean, look, Idiocracy.
Yeah,
it's become a cult hit, but it didn't hit at the time, and it's so prophetic.
He literally told the future.
He did. And Office Space is a great cult
waiting
hit.
for my faucet to start spitting out Brawno.
Yeah, maybe a Mountain Dew.
Yeah.
Yeah, scary.
Mike Judge he does not get the credit he deserves.
No. Yeah. And I remember my first exposure to Mike Judge was he whipped his pants. No, my first. So I used to go to the. Is it Mike and Ike or Spike and Mike?
No, it's Spike and Ike.
Spike and Mike. Spike and Mike's animation.
Yeah. They're like Jubilee or something.
Yeah, it was this
animation festival.
Before the internet and before streaming and everything, the only way you could really see short animated films was, especially ones that were kind of underground or subversive. Thank you. Was through Mike and Ike's or Spike and Mike's.
I think it was Spike and Mike's
animation
festival. It was like a touring thing. They would just get a bunch of them together, and every year you look forward to having them come around.
So good.
Yeah.
And, I think his first short was Frog Baseball.
I don't think I've ever seen that.
Well, it's Beavis and Butthead.
Yes, and now actually, that you say
baseball.
that, now that you say that, yes, I do remember that.
Yeah, gross. But he did a lot of other stuff other than just Beavis and Butthead back then with his shorts. But that hit, and of course, famously became a series, and catapulted him into the stratosphere of.
It was interesting because I'm pretty sure that the Spike and Mike Festival is what spawned like Liquid TV and like MTV actually trying to do some subversive stuff.
Yeah.
Before they just became completely commercial.
It was, like you said, I remember in San Diego every year that it came, my friends and I would, we'd get tickets for the first night, and it was always a midnight show, and it was really fun. It was just this event, and because of the lack of any sort of internet or whatever,
it's the only way you could see it.
Yeah. And there was something kind of special about that. Like,
right.
You were in part of a secret group if you went to that.
Yeah, that's true. It's true.
There's just a lot of things I think that we miss out on now because everything's so readily available.
It's funny. The very first video that I downloaded at one of the, I think it was a library in the University of Iowa, was the original South Park short.
Yes.
With the whole Jesus thing. I remember it being like 60 megabytes long, and it took forever to download.
Oh, yeah.
And then finally seeing it and being like, feeling like I was watching something I shouldn't be.
Oh, my God. Well, I remember, because Clooney sent that out as a Christmas card.
Yeah.
And I had friends that were working at Donner at the time, and he got one.
Right.
So my friend was like, you have to check this out.
Yeah.
And it changed our lives.
Yeah.
It was the funniest freaking thing we'd ever
hilarious.
seen.
It was hilarious.
Nobody had done, and not that I can remember, anybody ever doing foul-mouthed little children like that.
No.
Such garish
It was so
animation.
funny.
It was just
so funny.
Absolutely hilarious and so spot on satirically and so brutally offensive.
Oh, so offensive.
And they're back, baby. They're back.
Yeah,
they came back this week with a new
season 27.
Yes.
It's insane.
Again, a couple of dudes that just got hired to make a Christmas card and turned into $1 billion, literally a $1.5
multi-billion-dollar
industry.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's so good for them, man. I
love those guys.
Although I'll always think basketball is the best thing they ever did.
Yes. Or what was the one about the Cannibal the musical?
Oh yeah, Cannibal the musical, yeah. Which was really funny too.
And Book of Mormon, which was really good.
Yeah, they're brilliant guys.
Orgasmo, which wasn't super funny.
It wasn't great, but it was fun. It pushed the envelope. I mean, I'm not Mormon, so like it didn't really offend me.
No, but they've always been so spot on when it comes to satire, and they do it in the most clever way, like The Simpsons, which is you bury it in foul-mouthed children.
Right.
You can enjoy it on two different levels, but man, nobody nails satire like Trey.
No, you could argue that they were kind of the frontrunners of like the whole meme culture because they were able to get these shows to comment on current events, like stuff that just happened.
Well, yeah, I mean, at the beginnings of the show, before they went computer, computer, everything is computer.
South Park is now computer.
When they were just doing cardboard cutouts, and they would do a show in a week.
Oh, they still did that with the computer stuff.
What I'm saying is, before that, with the computer, it's easy. They have it down to a science. After 27 seasons, I'm pretty sure.
Of course.
The animation is probably the least complicated.
I am pretty sure they spend more time recording dialogue than anything else.
Yeah, of course. Well, probably writing.
They write stuff?
That's what I heard. That's the rumor. But back when they were literally cutting cardboard out, construction paper out, they would be working 15, 20-hour days.
Right.
During the season just to get this done.
Yeah. But they were able to get that stuff done really fast. I mean, they got it down to the point where they could do it in like 4 days.
Yeah.
And it was like, well, this thing just happened on the weekend, so the show premieres on Thursday. Let's cover it.
There was some show.
So brilliant.
I remember there was some show where they had to change the show in like a night.
Yeah.
Because something changed.
It was the beginning of like the 4th or 5th season or something, and it was like, well, we have to. Because
they had it all wrong?
They spent like 40 hours like just doing it. Yeah. They're brilliant guys.
Very brilliant.
Yeah.
But and congratulations to them on their deal. Yeah, so South Park's back.
I'm glad it's back.
I'm really excited to check it out.
We're going to have it for the next 500 years, apparently. So, yeah.
Well, and people say we can't have nice things. Sometimes we can. Oh, man, what a great month.
Yeah, let's say, speaking of nice things,
especially after June Doom, which would have had its surprises. Hot to trot.
Yeah.
Simmered to the top.
Well, it was not hard to crawl out of the muck of the other movies.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Oh, my God, Under the Rainbow. But this month was so interesting.
It was very eye-opening for me. Like, it was really interesting.
Well, it was so cool to see kids portrayed for the most part, realistically, almost 3-ish decades, beginning of one and end of one, 70s, early 80s, late 80s.
I would consider River's Edge to be kind of a proto-90s. Like, it definitely was kind of the forerunner of that.
There's some grunge.
Yeah, I mean, it's that
seeds of grunge in there.
You can see seeds of the not caring.
Yeah, exactly. Seeds of apathy.
Yeah, there you go.
But, man, what incredible films. Starting off with and unfortunately kind of lost films.
Yeah, I agreed. A lot of people hadn't heard of these or hadn't seen them, especially Over the Edge. I mean, Over the Edge, I think, is so under the radar.
Yeah,
such a good movie.
It's a tough toss up between River's Edge and Over the Edge to me.
Yeah, I think River's Edge for me kind of ekes out a little bit just because I think I connect with it more.
Well, yeah.
I
mean, you were more of that
era. Yeah.
And me too. I mean, I was the same age pretty much as those kids when River's Edge came out.
Well, I mean, you were technically with Over the Edge, you were about the same age as those kids too. Like, it was.
I was 7 or 8 because it came out.
It came out in 79.
So it's 10.
Yeah. I mean, that's about what the age was of those kids.
All right, I feel old.
But I'm just saying is that you grew up with these movies as they were going.
I did. One of the things that is really eye-opening, too, about this, that sparked my memory, is how when we were kids, or at least when I was a kid, we pretty much, our parents erred on the side of, well, if you don't get caught, you've done nothing wrong. Like, it seemed more of giving us freedom to explore our boundaries. Right. A lot of it, too, was you had two parents working and they just didn't have the time.
They didn't have the
time.
Or
the energy
that's the
to
big
deal.
thing.
At least for me, I had a lot of periods of being a bad kid. Whether it's
a bad boy.
Being a bad boy.
Yeah.
Not to the point where I have, robbed an old lady or anything.
You ended up in prison.
Yes.
Yeah.
But, I shoplifted. I did. I technically breaking and entering.
I think I stole a porno mag once.
I got in with some bad crowds, Well, damage finds damage. So, a lot of times it's been like grade school. I had a few friends from the wrong side of the tracks, as they say. Well, because you recognize that stare. You recognize the pain in somebody else.
Yeah.
You know that they're going through something too.
Right.
And no offense to the kids that weren't having any problems, but it was harder to relate to them.
Sure, of course. You don't have anything in common.
Fancy little lives. Perfect little fancy lives.
Wow, okay.
Look, my mom was amazing. I'm not saying that, and the old man, he had his good points too.
Oh yeah, okay. I was gonna say his good points.
Yeah, he wasn't all evil.
Sure.
Like I've said, a lot of times kind of makes it worse. But
it really does. But it really does.
But I had a weird mix of privilege and pain. We were an upper middle class family, so I
wanted for nothing.
Exactly. Thank you. My mom was very big on pushing sports and getting me to be a jock. When I was very young,
she was actively trying to not have you be with the bad crowd.
Right. Yeah. She would put me in several sports camps that I had absolutely no business being
Mom,
in.
why are you sending me here again?
Golf camp, tennis camp, soccer camp.
Oh, God.
Football camp, basketball camp.
I could not think of anything worse than golf camp.
Oh, it was.
That sounds awful.
It really wasn't that bad. You just spent a lot of time at the range.
Yeah, but that would get so boring. God, that would get so boring.
Tennis camp was the worst.
I would start causing problems just to get out of golf camp.
Golf camp. Here's a really funny story about golf camp. I don't know if it's weird. So, golf camp, all the kids were a little bit older than me. I was probably 12 or 13, and they were upper 14, 15, 16. And so most of the kids did not care for me because I was young.
Yeah.
But this one nerdy kid, because all the nerds would, they don't have friends, so they would go for the misfits come together.
Right, of course.
So anyway, I got to be friends with this nerdy kid who was a good kid, a nice guy, but unfortunately, this poor bastard, man. So there's a nude beach in San Diego called Black's Beach.
Okay.
I don't know if it's still around, but it was back when I was a kid. And so I wasn't sleepaway camp there. I was day camping it, but there were
Okay.
kids that were sleeping. It
Right,
was
right.
it was a sleepaway golf camp kind of thing. So after I had gone home, a bunch of the kids went to Black's Beach, and they went to the nude beach, and my nerd friend went, and apparently he was like laying on his stomach or whatever, and he got up, and he had a bone,
Oh no.
and that poor son of a bitch, man, for the rest, I mean, it was some of the meanest shit I've ever seen in my life.
No.
I'm surprised this kid probably went home and killed himself.
Oh God.
It was so, and being his friend, I'm trying to be like, it's
Right.
okay, man, and it was just one of the worst examples of bullying that I have ever seen.
Yeah.
And luckily, and I wasn't on the wrong side of that.
Right,
Which I
right.
have been before. All kids
Yeah,
have,
yeah.
But good Lord, that poor kid. I forgot what they called him. It was like baby boner or something. It was just like,
It's funny because literally everyone at that age got boners.
well, yes,
They just happened to see his.
yes. And
You were at a nude beach, for the love of God.
look, man, I'm not saying there's any sort of logic to this, but
I know. And that's just kids. It's like, that's just what they do.
And that is, God is my witness, the only effing thing I remember from golf camp
Wow.
was baby boner.
Well, yeah, I mean, for the rest of it was boring as hell.
Yeah, it was, The only cool thing is they took this like not time lapse, but this time photography thing that caught your swing.
Oh, okay.
So they would take
like multiple shots.
Yeah.
So you can see.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So you could see from the backswing to the
Right,
follow
right.
through, and you took one at the beginning and you took one at the end.
Yeah.
And I was a pretty good golfer.
Oh, yeah?
Strangely enough, as a kid, I enjoyed it. I played it quite a bit. My mom was really hell bent on me learning like golf and tennis, all the rich people sports, to try to get me. She had a dream, Adam.
I know,
She had a
I
dream
know.
of little Dr. Jimbo. Or
You fought that as hard as you could.
oh man, I feel so bad for my mom, but so badly. I think I told this story before. What turned me off from golf was I had this golf instructor, and he was a really nice guy, young guy. He's probably in his 20s or maybe 30. I don't know, because I was 11 or 12.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
everybody over the age.
Probably in his early 20s.
Yeah. Everybody just seemed old and
Sure,
mature.
of course.
But one day, he shows up and he is effed up out of his mind. And I'm pretty sure he had some like prescription drugs that he was taking for a reason.
Yeah.
And then had a beer or two with it.
Oh.
But he was
pretty
so
blitzed.
Oh my God. He's like, you have to drive the golf cart.
Oh, it was a golf
So I'm
cart,
like,
okay.
oh yeah, baby.
Oh, hell
But,
yeah.
So I'm
That's okay, yes. I remember you've told this before, yeah.
driving this effing golf cart, man. And I come to a stop. And this son of a bitch goes flying out of the golf
God.
cart. Barrel rolls about 30 feet.
Oh, God.
And I thought I killed him.
Yeah.
So I go running up to him, and he's laughing his ass off. And then every time he got into the thing, in the cart, no matter how gently I would stop it, he would fall out of the cart. And I was a little kid. I had, I'm like, this guy is...
I wonder if he was on Quaaludes or something.
Whatever it was, I told my mom. My mom was livid.
Oh, well, yeah.
He was extremely embarrassed. You know what I mean?
Sure.
And it just kind of turned off golf for me.
Yeah.
But on that day, I hit the greatest shot I had ever hit. It was about 40 feet out from the pin. Chipped that son of a bitch right into the hole.
Nice.
Not a...
Nice.
Kunk, kunk, blub, blub, blub,
Yeah,
doo,
but
doo, doo, doo,
straight
a
in like a...
shukunk. Yeah,
nothing
basketball,
but net.
baby.
Yeah, nothing but net.
Yeah. And, oh, man, that was the one good thing about him being on drugs or whatever, is he was so excited about that
Yeah.
shot. We celebrated. Yeah, you want some of this? Anyway, it's really interesting to see these movies, because I was thinking, too, leading up to today's show, like, what do we have now like that?
Yeah.
And I had mentioned during the month about Euphoria, but Euphoria is such a stylized, glamorized version
Yeah.
of youth. Everybody's so perfect looking, and
Yeah.
it's so psychosexual, and all this stuff going on that it's more of a soap. I don't have kids, so I don't know. And I guess when it first came out, people were kind of touting it as, it's a
Yeah.
treatise on children today.
Right.
But I don't know. I mean, I can you think of something that's come out that...
Not really. Like it doesn't seem like they really. I mean, the closest thing right now it seems would be Adolescence, which just came out.
Yes,
it just got nominated for a ton of Emmys.
But even that,
yeah,
it's very stylized. It's unbelievably.
It feels real though. Like it feels like it's more real than something like Euphoria.
It does, and the single shot aspect really lends itself to that because you feel like you're experiencing it with them.
Yeah, you're there,
and so it does. Yes, you're absolutely right. It does pull you in, but unlike Over the Edge or River's Edge, I still felt like I was watching.
Yeah, you still felt like an outsider watching. Yeah. Definitely with Over the Edge and River's Edge, and to an extent, Bad Boys. Like, you do feel like you know those characters and you identify with them.
Yeah.
To a degree,
Bad Boys does a good job of giving the Hollywood version of adolescent incarceration.
Yeah.
They didn't seem to shy away from a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
It had the sexual abuse. It had the bullying, the
crazy violence.
Yeah. Oh yeah, the ultra violence and the adults who a lot of them, except for Rennie Santori, be honest, pretty much given up on them.
Yeah.
Because they've given up on themselves and their parents have given up on them. And the thing with all of these movies that is a universal theme in all of them is the parents.
Yeah, totally.
Where are the parents?
The parents seem to not know how to do anything.
No.
Especially, they can't relate to their kids at all.
Well, they don't understand. Why are my kids being so bad? But it's because you're not stimulating them, right?
Yeah.
Kids are kids.
Even in Over the Edge, where the dad, the main character's dad, finally gets it, and they're in the meeting, and it's like he's like, "We need to listen to the kids," and it's like at that point, sorry, bud, too late.
But that was the most interesting of all three movies because I don't think the other two movies really had a parental.
I mean, River's Edge didn't really have parents at all.
Well, yeah, just the mom.
Yeah, the mom. That's right. Yeah.
And the dad and the kid who shoots the shotgun. The parents were white trash, man.
Yeah,
they were Northern California white trash.
Yeah.
And the parents kind of want it both ways.
Right.
They want to have their own life with their own partying and their own joy and separation. But they also want their kids to behave and be good kids. But you can't get that unless you put in the work.
No.
I suppose. I'm not a parent.
From my observations,
but I was a child.
There are plenty of people I know that should not have had kids.
Yeah.
Plenty of people I know I'm glad I had kids, but should not have been parents.
Yeah.
Because the kids somehow managed to turn out okay.
Yeah. And, a lot of people that should have been parents.
Yes, that's true.
I think I don't ever regret not having kids. Like, it's not something that's ever been a real pull in my life.
Yeah.
It's never been, oh, man, I can't wait to get married and have kids and have a family.
Yeah.
And I think that just goes to my, messed up brain and
sure.
Arrested development or whatever you want to call it. It lends itself to it. But I do think, I don't know, because I've often thought, well, would I be a good father? And part of me thinks, I'm pretty understanding and I have those skills, I think, to raise a good kid. But, I've yelled at the cat. I have a temper, you know what I mean? And that comes out sometimes, and that worries me and makes me think, who knows? I mean, you never. It's like anything. You never know until you're actually confronted with that. And there's been a couple of scares where it's been, I'm pregnant.
Right.
Oh man, what a lie! What an awful lie that one lady told me. I'm pregnant, and she was so drunk. She's like, I'm pregnant, and the thought of being attached to this woman for the rest of my life through a child all of a sudden shivers down my spine.
Right.
And then her next response was, I'm moving to France and I'm going to have a handsome Frenchman help me raise this baby. And I was like, great.
Awesome.
Great. But, spoiler alert, not pregnant.
Yeah.
It's really strange. You don't know until you're faced with a situation. We can all day long say what we would do. It's, just like, oh man, if somebody had a gun, I'd jump up and tackle them. You just don't know.
Yeah. I knew from a very early age that I never wanted to be a parent. Like, I knew. And because I knew that if I were to be a parent, it would mean giving up a lot of stuff that I enjoyed doing and having responsibility for somebody else that I didn't think I'd ever be ready for.
Right.
So, like, I knew that if that were to accidentally happen, of course I could step up. I mean, I have so many people tell me that I'm so good with kids and, like, why did you never have kids? And I was like, because
That's why you're good with kids.
I like who I am. I like being able to be with a kid and hand him off and go home. But, like, I knew if I had to, I would. But I made damn sure that I never had that scare.
Yeah.
I made damn sure that I never had to get to that point. And you know, and it's worked out for me. Like, I know that I know who I am, and I know that I if I had to, I could be a good dad. But I like being the uncle. I like being the guy that hangs out for a while then leaves.
Right.
Like, that's fine with me. I'm happy with that role.
I get you. I worked with kids, and I like kids. Kids are cool. It's funny. I've never been close with any of my friends' kids because it starts out that way when they're babies, you know.
Oh, yeah.
And then it gets to the point where you just don't want to be that creepy single guy at the kids' party.
Yeah.
It just feels odd.
Yeah.
And people are like, which one's yours? I don't have one. I'm just here for the cake.
I just like watching.
Wink, wink.
Yeah.
So you just naturally drift apart because you don't have the same things in common. You know, they're going to get couples friends and they're going to have baby friends.
Oh, yeah.
And more power to them. I get it. So I've never... I don't have any kids that I've known since they were little kids.
Right.
That are now adults and that I've been a part of their life. And I'm just kind of sad about that.
Yeah. I mean, I agree.
I
agree. I mean, I'm sad that, because both of my nephews now are, you know, late teens. And like I've obviously known them their whole lives, but like I haven't been around as much as I want to. You know, they're far away. But it's been nice with Phoebe's family and being able to, you know, they're just starting, you know, kids and and it's gonna be nice to be around them because they're good kids and the parents are good parents. Like, they actually give a shit and like they are being good parents. And,
well, that's cool.
And it's nice to be around that. It's nice to be around people that do.
That care about their kids?
Yeah, that actually care about it. I don't know, trust me. God, there's enough parents out there that don't. And they claim they do, but they don't.
And there are parents that care too much about their kids. You know?
Yeah.
It's a fine line. That's another thing too. I would go insane worrying about my kids. I know that it would be very hard for me to let them do their own thing. I would probably be a helicopter parent because I'd be very worried about them.
Yeah. I mean, I agree. I mean, that's another part of the reason why I was like, I don't want to be responsible for another human being. That's crazy.
Yeah. It's also, we're getting to a point now where it's a lot more accepted to be childless or to be single or to not be married.
Wow, there's just a lot more people that are childless.
Okay, so since we didn't have kids, we watched movies about kids.
Yeah.
And these were 3 great movies about troubled kids.
Yeah. I mean, we identified with this because we identified with them as kids.
Well, especially the kids from Over the Edge because they're just bored kids.
That is, every kid gets bored.
You know?
And
kids do drugs because they're bored. I drank because I was bored.
Right.
And it was taboo. And you also saw all your parents drinking all the effing time. So,
well, if you can do it, why can't I?
Right. You know, I remember being so young, so inappropriately young. And my best friend and I were at his parents' house, and we got like a tumbler and took a little bit of every bit of liquor and drank it, and he puked, and I loved it. I'm like, oh, this is a good feeling. I like this.
Yeah.
I mean, I remember the first time I got drunk, I was like 4 or 5.
Wow.
But it was because I was at a wedding. It might have been my mom's
your mom's wedding.
But it was some wedding.
You knew what was coming, so you had to get super drunk.
Jesus.
This guy? Really? This guy? Oh.
Give me a cigarette and a scotch. No, but people had left their champagne out, and the fruits were so cool looking, and the bubbly liquid was so enticing. And it's so sweet. Yeah. And I'm just like, bloop, and I would
this is
grab
great.
them all and drink all their champagne. And then I've told the story before, ran around a pool table 5 or 6 times, or not some table 5 or 6 times, and then passed out
crawled
underneath, crawled underneath and passed out
Yeah.
for the rest of the party.
It's funny that you say that, because
Just like I do today.
I didn't really think about it, but because my parents didn't drink at all when I was growing up, so like I never had any desire until I got into college,
Yeah.
and then I went crazy, but because it was around, it was there, and it was like, okay, what is this?
Well, you also would think seeing such detrimental.
You would think
such,
you
such
just see the good parts, not the bad parts.
Drinking wasn't some magical thing in my house. It was
right.
it was the bad juice.
Well, then why are you drinking it, stepdad? Why are you drinking it?
No, I mean they never were like, oh, liquor's bad.
Yeah.
But it was a constant in our home with them or their friends or whatever. So it just was part of life back then. Everybody drank.
Right.
Oh, but drugs! Don't you dare do drugs! I'll drink 16 gallons of scotch, but if you touch a marijuana cigarette, you're going to hell.
Well, you're definitely showing them now.
Yes, yay! The thing about Over the Edge, which is so funny, kids then, like compared to today, is kids didn't give an S what they look like.
Oh God,
no
no
makeup. It was just whatever your mom bought from Sears. You wore. It was all chords and earth tones.
There was much less of that, like on TV, and obviously there wasn't the internet and social media, and like it was just kind of like, okay, whatever you give me, I'm gonna wear.
Because there wasn't like this over sexualization of kids or this kids wanting to grow up real fast.
Right.
We just wanted to goof around.
Yeah, just wanted to go have fun.
We didn't care what we looked like.
Hang out with our friends and push the boundaries as hard as we could.
Like the best was like some girl had strawberry lip gloss. She's like, you gotta taste it, give me a kiss. But that was about the most.
Right. Yeah.
You didn't have everybody all dolled up. But the 80s came, and it changed everything.
Ronald Reagan ruined everything.
It's my makeup and my crazy hairdo. But it's just funny how from the 70s to the 80s, how much vanity there was.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it makes sense. I mean, all jokes aside, we literally elected a movie star for the president.
Yeah.
I mean, that was just indicative of the fact that it was like image became everything.
Yes. The 80s were a very, very superficial decade.
Oh, yeah.
And became even more superficial. That was when all the hippies sold out and became yuppies.
Right. Oh, yeah. Oh, the yuppies.
And Wall Street became a thing, and traders became a thing, greed became a thing, and money became the ultimate goal.
Yeah, greed got worshipped, and that is, yeah.
Anyway, if you haven't seen these movies, all of them are definitely worth a watch.
I liked River's Edge so much, I actually bought the Blu-ray. I bought on Blu-ray. It was like $10 or something.
Yeah.
But I mean, and I don't. The version I bought it because it had a really cool cover, but it didn't have any extra features on it. I think there's one that has like a commentary and stuff, but it did not. But I was like, I don't care. It was such a good movie. Like I wanted to watch it again.
Well, it's definitely for your collection, and we've been talking a lot about it's time to re-embrace physical media.
Yeah.
And we are trying to put together a library of Gen X Files stuff that we cover.
Yeah.
Because, we'll maybe leave out Hot to Trot or...
No, Hot to Trot for sure we'll keep it in. Maybe not Highlander. Although, God knows, people love that for whatever friggin' reason.
We're going to get the Super HD Blu-ray Super Duper edition of Hot Pursuit.
I will include Hot Pursuit and then add in the PS, do not buy this movie.
If it's even available.
It is. It is. There's a John Cusack collection that has Hot Pursuit in it. Yeah.
Oh, John Cusack.
Sadly enough, they probably include Hot Pursuit because it was cheap.
Yeah.
Easy, almost royalty free.
Has he been in anything lately?
John Cusack?
Yeah.
Yeah, we talked about him. There's a couple episodes ago, we talked about him.
I miss John Cusack.
He's been doing stuff.
He was such a staple of our childhood.
Yeah. And I have nothing against Hot Pursuit. It's just not my thing.
No.
A lot of people like it.
It's got Robert Loggia.
Yeah. It's not, very young Ben Stiller.
You hated his hairstyle.
Oh, God, so much. I hated that movie. Listen to our Hot Pursuit episode.
If you want to see the opposite of River's Edge, It's Hot Pursuit.
Oh my god!
Because isn't he in college or high school or something?
I think he's in college. Yeah,
he's going on spring break with his girlfriend.
Something. I don't know.
Robin knows ya.
You asked me this. I blocked the movie out. I don't know.
We're gonna do. We're going to do episodes next year called Rethinks. And we're going to rewatch the movies.
No, we're not. We're definitely not doing Hot Pursuit. All right, anyway. Well, speaking of watching things, what have you been watching?
Well, movies. Let's talk about movies. I watched a couple of movies. Nothing in the theater. I really want to see the Superman movie. I've heard it's great.
Yeah, I unfortunately have been super busy the last few weeks, so I haven't been able to see it. But that's definitely high on my list.
I've heard it's very good. I've heard the mixed things about the new Fantastic Four movie, but I'm interested to see it.
I want to see it. I would like to see it in the theater just because it looks like a big blockbuster. Like, it looks fun. Like, good comic book movie.
I love the retro sci-fi aspect of it.
Yeah.
I think it looks good. I don't know why, but I'm getting a little, not soured, but I'm just not as excited with Pedro Pascal as I used to be.
No.
Just feeling he's just way too many, he's just everywhere. And I need a break.
It's funny because the other movie I really want to see in the theater is Eddington, which he's also in.
Look, really talented guy. I'm just kind of...
Yeah, it's funny because he's like, especially with his sister now, and like he's just got this whole new aspect of Pedro Pascal. Mm-hmm. Like, he's never going away.
No.
I look, I don't mind him. I'm curious. I'm going to judge. I try not to pay attention to the outside of the movie stuff, but I agree in the fact that it seems like he's in everything all the time now.
Well, I don't have a problem with him at all.
Yeah.
As a human, I just don't want... I don't think he's going to turn into a Chris Pratt because he doesn't seem like a jerk at all.
No. He needs to go on a vacation for a while.
Yeah. Let's just give us 6 months, man.
Yeah, just go chill for a bit. Eventually he will, because he's been in a lot of stuff the last few years.
Also, it's not his fault.
No.
Release schedules are release schedules,
yes,
and he shot a bunch of stuff. And
God knows he probably shot the Fantastic Four movie like 4 years ago.
Yes. and again, I really enjoy him. It's just...
It's a bit much, but the other option is you just don't watch that stuff.
Which stuff?
Anything he's in.
Well,
anything. There's an easy way to not get overloaded on Pedro Pascal.
That's
just
true.
to not watch the stuff he's in.
That's true. I can hide under a bed.
But he keeps appearing in stuff that I want to see. So
yes. Yeah, he's very good.
Although I've heard very mixed things about Eddington.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Which one? What is that about?
That's the one set in like June of 2020 about I think it's Ari Aster, but about the small town in Texas and like maskers and anti-maskers and like it's like kind of all that COVID, like thick of COVID stuff. And he wrote it apparently right as COVID was starting, and I don't know. I've heard some mixed things, but I like Ari Aster, so like, I'm really curious to see what he does with it. And it's Joaquin Phoenix, it's Pedro Pascal, it's like. Apparently, at a certain point, it gets crazy, and I'm curious to see it.
Joaquin Phoenix, I saw a clip of him, I think it was on Colbert, and he was talking about when he was doing that documentary where he was pretending to be such an ass.
Yeah.
And he went on Letterman, and he's just like, I hate myself. He's like, I hate that so much. It's so embarrassing. He's like, I want to apologize.
Him talking about that makes me like him so much more.
Same.
Because it was like, dude, you just come off so weird.
Yeah.
And like, and it was like, that was like 15 years ago.
Yeah.
I mean, at least 15 years ago. But the fact that he acknowledges that he was like, yeah, I didn't really want to do it, but I did it anyway. And it's like, ugh.
He was, the way he described it, he was like, it's like suffocating or something.
Yeah.
While he was out there. And Dave knew about it. He was in on it.
Yeah. Yeah.
But even so, he's like, it was the hardest thing I've ever done.
Wow. Well, good for him. I mean, he's such a good actor.
He's insanely good. And so's Pedro Pascal. Look, he's a really good actor too. So I am curious to see that movie. I'm not really interested in the COVID crap anymore.
Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely, like, once I found out what it was really about, because the trailer was very intriguing.
Yeah.
But once I found out, I was like, okay, I can't wait till it comes on streaming. Like, it'll be on, HBO Max at some point, and I'm just like, okay.
I lived through it. I don't need to.
Well, it's funny because during COVID, we started watching that Bo Burnham special he did, the Inside or whatever, where he was inside the whole time, and we never finished it. And I keep thinking I should go back and watch it. And my second thought after that is always, why do I want to go through that again?
Well, you have to know if he ever got outside, Adam.
He never did.
He never got outside.
As far as I know, he's underneath his... Has he done anything since then? No.
Yes. But
no.
All from under his bed.
Yeah.
But to get back to movies...
Sorry, yes.
I did watch Sinners.
Yeah, it was good.
Oh, it was really good. I love that era, like the 20s, 30s. I love the crossroads type mythology of the blues guy selling his soul to the devil, which this isn't really about, but it's got that vibe.
Right.
And just music mythology to me is so cool. And the thing about this is, so Michael B. Jordan plays these twins, and they're opening up this kind of speakeasy thing.
Yeah.
And so they get their cousin to play guitar, and their cousin is this type of musician that only comes around like once in a generation.
Yeah.
And they play in such a way that it attracts musicians from all other timelines. So there's this really cool scene of him playing the guitar, and there's people from the 20s and 30s, and even hip-hop artists coming in. Wow. Nobody could see them. It's just part of what's going on.
Yeah.
But what it also attracts is evil.
Ooh.
And so it brings these musical vampires.
Oh, interesting.
And they're really good, too, but they're like, bing, bing, ding, 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 bing, bing, banjo. You know, they're not playing
like
the blues.
Deliverance.
Yeah. But it was really cool. It was a really cool... I'm just going to say cool a bunch of times.
It was so cool.
But it was a very intriguing vampire movie, and done in a way that I haven't seen before. The way that it mixes music and the paranoia and the racism, and all of it kind of comes together in this really cool package that I was really surprised about. I knew that it was about vampires.
Right.
But I didn't really know a lot about it. Michael B. Jordan was great playing twins.
Right.
He's such a good actor. And the young woman from Hawkeye and True Grit.
Haley Steinfeld? Not Seinfeld.
Haley Steinfeld. No, Haley Steinfeld is really good. I totally recommend it. It's on HBO Max right now.
Okay.
Just a fun, really cool musical vampire movie. And the music's great.
Yeah, I did have to check that out because I did some traveling. We ended up rewatching all of the Despicable Me movies, which I will say, very nice because they are full of joy. And it was very nice to get away from the awful news happening every day.
Yeah.
It was very fun to watch those. It was very good. Those movies are just fun. They're just fun.
Yeah, Steve Carell's great in those. And the Minions are
so goofy.
They are the perfect manufactured children's mascot.
Yes.
If you put in an AI or some sort of machine, that's what would pop out.
Yeah.
It's perfect.
But I do plan on hitting up the theater soon. I told myself one of my New Year's resolutions was to go to the theater more, and so far I've attended 0 movies in the theater.
Hey, you're 7 months in, baby.
Yeah, I know. But
8 months in almost.
I'm making up for it. I know. Did you know we're almost in August?
Oh my gosh! It's catching up to you.
Whoa.
Can you believe it's August? I woke up yesterday and it was January.
It's getting really hot out there.
Oh boy. Yeah. Anyway, 17 people were murdered on a bus today.
So there's some movies I need to watch. A lot of stuff I've been catching up on, but I've been watching more TV than movies. So
I can't remember what movies I watched.
Nothing that seems to really stick out.
Nothing that jumped out at me. This weekend's going to be good. The Phoenician, what is it? The Phoenician
Scheme?
The Phoenician Scheme?
I think.
That's coming out.
The new Wes Anderson movie?
Yeah.
That's right, Wes Anderson? Is that
yes.
Right? Okay.
That comes out today on, I think, Paramount. Or Paramount or
Max?
Peacock.
Peacock, okay.
And the new Billy Madison movie comes out this weekend, which I'm curious about.
I'm curious. I'm curious to see that. I mean, I wasn't a huge. I mean, Billy Madison was fine. I was not a big fan of all those like Adam Sandler movies. But.
I'm a huge Adam Sandler as a person fan, but not a big Adam Sandler as a movie guy.
Agreed. I mean, it's not. Their movies are fine. And they're funny. I'll laugh, but it's not like I'm like I gotta go see it.
He's the laziest MFer in Hollywood because you know he can act. You know he can challenge himself because he has, and he's done some really great. Punch Drunk Love was great.
Punch Drunk Love, Uncut Gems.
Oh, I never saw that,
which I hated, but he was good in.
I didn't watch that explicitly because of your hatred of it.
I do not like the Safdie brothers. I do not understand how they keep working. It's just something about it. But I mean, but it was a stretch for Adam Sandler,
Yeah.
and he smashed it out of the park.
Like I said, the guy's really talented, and I get it, man. Honestly, if I had a career, I would probably do the same thing.
Yeah.
Grab all my buddies, make some innocuous comedy.
Movie set in the Virgin Islands. Let's go.
It's like the Brat Pack, right?
Yeah,
It's like when they used to go make movies, when they were making Ocean's 11.
Yeah, yeah.
They didn't give a shit, man. They would just come in whenever they wanted. They would do their bits, and then they would go drink or go party
or gamble.
Go gamble or go sing.
Yeah.
But
do a show.
That's why that movie is... Everybody's, oh, yeah, the Ocean's 11, great. Ocean's 11 is horrible.
No, the remake. This is one of the few times that the remake was actually way better.
It is the laziest movie, but it's still entertaining to watch because you got all these great iconic dudes. Yeah. But don't fool yourself into thinking it's good.
So that's coming up, and there's a few other things coming up that I'm excited to see. But I definitely need to get to the theater and see Superman. That's high on my priority list.
Me too. I think that definitely needs to be seen in the theater.
Speaking of TV-wise, he's got Peacemaker season 2 is coming out pretty soon.
Oh, I'm excited about that.
Yeah, we'll have to watch that.
That's coming out. Twisted Metal season 2 starts at the end of this month.
Oh, it does. That's right.
Yeah. King of the Hill comes back.
Yeah, King of the Hill. We got a lot of good TVs coming up.
Yeah, we'll have definitely TV to talk about next month, but this month it's Retro Corner, baby. We both. I watched some crap. It's all.
There's some shows that have come back, like some game shows, the 1% Club, some other stuff. There's stuff that's out, but
we did finish Andor. We did finish Andor.
We did finish Andor.
Andor.
It was really good. It was really good.
Best of the bunch of all the Star Wars shows, in my opinion.
It was done really, really well. We still need to watch Rogue One, which we do plan on doing probably today.
Yeah. It's so scary how prescient a Star Wars series is about today's
it's
worldwide climate. Just goes to show you that you can't escape it anywhere.
No.
But amazing show. So good. And Diego Luna, man.
Incredible.
And it was so good to see Alan Tudyk come back.
Yes.
As the robot.
That was when they brought him back. I was like, oh, there's still 3 episodes left. We get 3 more episodes of Alan Tudyk.
I love him so much. Speaking of, Resident Alien is back.
I still need to start watching.
New season pretty good so far.
Yeah.
I really enjoy it.
What have you been watching then since all this stuff?
Well, I don't know how I did it or why, but I got caught up in a retro watch, and I've been watching Homicide: Life on the Street.
Nice.
This is Paul Anastasio. I want to say Anastasio, but Anastasio. It's Paul Anastasio, and it's based on, he did a book in the early 90s where he hung out with the Baltimore Homicide Department for about a year.
Right.
And then wrote this book about the experience. It is an amazing book. I recommend it 100% if you're a reader. Mm-hmm. It is a really no-holds-barred, unflinching look at being a homicide detective.
Right.
And this show, more than any other cop show, at least in the first few seasons, really captures the truth about being a homicide detective.
Right.
It's not about shooting your gun. I don't think in the first couple of seasons they even really... They may draw their guns, but they don't shoot them.
Right.
Towards the end,
there's a little more Hollywoodified.
But not so much. It makes sense, but there's some okay. It's sweeps week.
We should have one shootout this week. Yeah.
But the thing that's so crazy rewatching, because I loved this show.
Yeah.
Loved it when it came out. And I started watching it on Peacock, but they letterboxed it. It's a 3:4 pan and scan because there was no high def when it started in the 90s.
Right.
And it looked really weird. So I went back. I got the first 6 on DVD. Mm-hmm. So I hit the DVDs, which was kind of fun, going back and popping them in. And the original binge watch.
Yeah, oh yeah.
The original binge for me was I had like a 5 DVD player.
Oh, the carousel.
And I would just put 5 discs of whatever show.
Never had to get up?
Nope. Don't have to get
up.
Not
for days.
Never. But the funny thing about it is the characters really aren't that likable.
Right.
They're real. They make gallows humor jokes over the crime scenes. Some of them are racist. Some of them are homophobic. Some of them are sexist.
Yeah.
They've got their own opinions. They're always bickering and arguing.
Yeah.
But it just comes across so real. The beginning season had Andre Braugher, skinny, young, smoking. He was absolutely a killer in this show. And one of the main centerpieces of the show is the box, the interrogation room.
Right.
And that's where the show comes alive, as these guys get the perp into the box, and they have to get a confession out of him.
Right.
And so they have to fool him a lot of times, of course. Very real. The cops can lie.
Oh, they do.
And they do. And
They do a lot of leading.
And Andre Braugher as Frank Pembleton is one of the greatest television characters ever. And what is so amazing about his character is he goes through this life-changing experience, I think in like season 3 or 4, completely redefines the character, and he has to start over in a way.
Oh, yeah.
And for Andre Braugher, it was a feast
of course.
of acting. I'm sure he got nominated for Emmys, or should have at least
probably.
one ton. But the first season, you have Kyle Secor as Tim Bayless. He's kind of our surrogate. He's new to the homicide department, and it's Richard Belzer as John Munch, who Munch was in this
a billion different TV shows.
He ended up going to SVU after this, and he was on X-Files. All his Munch on The Simpsons.
Yeah, I think he appeared in like 9 different shows as Munch.
It's a record holder. Clark Johnson, who is now a great director, but he's Medrick Lewis, and Yaphet Kotto is Al Giardello. Sorry, it's so hard to say. Al Giardello. He is a half Sicilian, half black.
Oh, interesting.
He's the lieutenant. You got Ned Beatty. You have Melissa Leo. You have Daniel Baldwin, who's really good. Like, if you are iffy about Daniel Baldwin, watch this show. But it's 100% in his wheelhouse. He's playing kind of a scumbag.
Yeah,
so he's really good at it.
That's the main cast?
Yeah. And John Polito. Those were like the main guys. And then, as time went on, they, people left. And, Polito, I think, had to leave because of his cocaine situation. Yeah. And, they brought in like Reed Diamond and Isabella Hoffman and all of these, and John Cena and all these characters. A lot of actors came from, it must have been the same casting agent, because so many of the actors came from Oz.
Right.
And then went from this to like Rescue Me or SVU or The Wire. Like so many guys from The Wire. But what really stands out were the guest stars. I'm on the 7th season now. I haven't finished it yet. The 7th season isn't my favorite because Pembleton leaves.
Oh, yeah.
And then they bring in Giancarlo Esposito.
Oh, nice.
But they don't bring him in as like, oh, he's the new Frank Pembleton.
Yeah.
He's an FBI agent who's Yaphet Kotto's son.
Oh.
And he decides to come back to Baltimore and become the FIB liaison.
Right.
To, so brings in a whole new bunch of drama.
FIB?
FIB, yeah, because it's GTA. Jesus, the FBI, thank you. The Federal Bureau, the Federal Booty Inspectors.
It was just funny that you said FIB.
FBI. But Max Perlich came on as a kid that was videotaping for them, and Michelle Forbes, from the Star Trek shows and stuff, she was on for a while. But the guest stars that they had, Vincent D'Onofrio plays this guy that gets like twisted up in the subway, based on a true story.
By a train,
Yeah. It gets caught between the train and the platform.
Right.
And the way his body gets hit is his lower body gets twisted, whereas it's all twisted up.
Yeah.
And as soon as they move the train, his body's going to untwist and all of his organs are going to plop out and he's going to die.
Wow.
And he's a jerk. It's so compelling. You have him. You have a young Elijah Wood. You have James Earl Jones. You have Charles Journey, Chris Rock, Alfred Woodward, Neil Patrick Harris. You had Robin Williams is one of my favorite roles he ever did, playing this tourist whose wife gets murdered in front of him and his kids.
No.
And he's the anger and everything with it. It's one of the greatest performances, and he's got the perfect child molester mustache. It's beautiful. But Lily Tomlin, another comedian, she plays this murderer, and Chris Rock, another comedian. They do these great roles, these really meaty, dramatic roles.
Yeah, it sounds like a good way for these feature film comedians to be able to kind of stretch their acting chops.
Oh, yeah. And then, just great actors, too, like Marcia Gay Harden or, Wallace Shawn. It's so intriguing, and it's not... They don't solve the case all the time. It's all about the board. Anyway, I love this show. I think this is probably the best cop show ever. Okay. The Wire, I look at more of as a Baltimore show because it's not, you have the second season, which is about the dock
it's about
workers.
The city, yeah.
Yeah, it's more about the city and what's going on. But this, in terms of realism about, the day-to-day bullshit of being a cop, it is so good. And seeing, like, Neil Patrick Harris and Elijah Wood as these psycho kids, it's so much fun to see a lot of your favorite actors come up and do these really amazing performances. All the seasons are on Peacock. Mm-hmm. I think even the movie, as I was looking...
Oh, is it?
Yeah, because I don't have season 7 on DVD, so I've had to switch over for the last season. And I think the movie is basically listed as the last episode of season 7.
Yeah.
It's an hour and a half.
Peacock does it a lot.
And because I do remember that Andre Braugher comes back for the movie. I think Ned Beatty does, too. And Miss Leo might come back, too. I think everybody comes back to kind of wrap it up. But do yourself a favor. If you're a fan of cop shows, and you haven't seen this, watch the show. Or if you haven't seen it in a while and you watched it back in the day, it's so good for a rewatch. And it's pretty evergreen. I mean, they start talking about the internet, and they start talking about cell phones and stuff because it's the 90s. But just the human condition and the fact that these characters aren't very likable, and there's not a lot of hanky-panky, it's not so much like McDreamy, McSteamy. They have interpersonal stuff.
Sure.
Three of the guys, Bayless and Clark Johnson and Munch, they buy a bar together across the street. So, that's a place where they can kind of go and outside of the squad room and have stuff go on. But it's just such a great example of the human condition and the idiocy of some of these criminals and the brilliance of some of these criminals and just the absolute dedication. Because even though these guys they're all horribly flawed.
Yeah.
Borderline alcoholics. The first couple of seasons, they're all smoking cigarettes. But when it comes to being murder police, they're the best.
Right.
You're not going to get bored. Check it out on Peacock. Really, there's no other show like it. And it was one of the first shows to really do the documentary style, too, of the moving camera. Homicide, life on the streets.
It's really interesting that you talk about the characters not being likable because I've been rewatching Scrubs.
Oh.
And, man, by the end of season 3, all of the characters are just despicable people.
Yeah.
Like, I was shocked. I was holding out hope for... And I watched this when it came out,
Same.
and I don't remember them being this mean to each other. And not even just mean, but, like, literally causing each other pain.
Yeah.
Like, it's insane. The end of season 3, Elliot and JD are dancing around, Sarah Chalk and
Pablo Pascal.
No, not Pablo Pascal. Zach Braff. They've been dancing around, it's like, they make jokes about it. It's like, oh, it's that time of year again where you guys start sleeping together. And except this time they did it when she was dating somebody.
Yeah.
And then literally they have sex, and then there's a knock on the door. She goes and answers it, and it's her boyfriend, and she's like, hey, you're back! And then just leaves and, like, totally destroys JD, which was shitty.
Yeah.
But then what does he do? Oh, sweet revenge. He tells her that he loves her, and so she dumps Scott Foley and jumps into his arms, and then 5 seconds later, he's like, nah, I don't love you. It's like, it was so awful.
What a bunch of children.
And then he turns around, and he's like, but we're okay, right? And she's like, no, we're not.
It's weird, dude. I was doing a rewatch of ER too. It's just that's what it was back then. Everybody was just mean.
Awful.
Yeah.
I mean, like, Dr. Cox is mean to everybody. Like, it's just
That's
his
his character,
character.
yeah.
Yeah, that's just who he is. His wife is mean to everybody because that's who she is. But, like, it was like, I mean, Turk and Carla.
Played by Judy Reyes.
Judy Reyes. She's great. She's great on the show. But, like, they're the only two that are really... Like, and maybe it was because the show did the weird, impossible thing of literally having them connect in the first episode.
Yeah.
And ever since then, it was like, hey, they're actually pretty healthy.
Yeah.
Which they actually made fun of in the last couple episodes where they were like attached to the hip, just judging everyone because they had a perfect relationship.
Yeah.
Which they didn't, and they don't. But, like, it was more real.
Sure.
But it just, I was just like, man, and granted, I mean, there's 5 more seasons to go, so I'm like, there has to go somewhere.
Yeah, they're bringing it back too, right?
Yeah. All 3 of the main actors, Sarah Chalke and Zach Braff and
Donald Faison,
all agreed to come back. No
Judy
word.
Reyes?
No word about Judy Reyes or John C. McGinley. So that would really kind of round out the main cast.
Well, I know Sam Lloyd died.
Sam Lloyd was at the
Ted.
Did he die?
Yeah.
Oh no!
Yeah,
Ted's one of my favorite characters.
Oh, he's so good. But I believe he died. And didn't Ken Jenkins also die?
I'm pretty sure Ken Jenkins died. Yeah.
Yeah, he died April.
April of.
Sam Lloyd died on April 30th, 2020.
Oh wow! Okay.
COVID looks like.
Yeah, well, that sucks. I think I remember that when that came out, or when that news broke.
Nope, Ken Jennings is still alive.
Ken Jenkins.
Ken Jennings
is alive too. Wow, really?
He's 84 years young.
Oh wow. Well, good for him. That's too bad. That was one of the funniest things with Ted because his character was so just one-off, like one line here and there.
Yeah.
And I told Phoebe, I was like, his character arc is so interesting, and then they were like had them doing it with his acapella group. He was doing the entrance, like the ba 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 ba, like they were doing that, and then at the wedding. The band like didn't show up or something, and so they were like, "Well, Ted, do you want to go do the band?" And they all literally have the exact same instruments as the Beatles, and they're like, "Well, we're kind of rusty," and then immediately go into like sounding just like the Beatles. it was so great. But anyway, it just shocked me how it was like, man, I can't imagine writing that and being like, where do you go from there?
Yeah, it's weird. I've thought about rewatching that because I love that show when it came on.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I don't know. Zach Braff has just left a bad taste in my mouth these last few years.
And he's pretty much anything post Scrubs has left a bad taste in my mouth.
Yeah.
But I'm hoping the show's, and it's not that the show's bad. It just is just crazy how not likable these characters are.
Well, but the thing is the friendship between JD and Turk makes them likable.
No, I agree, and it's not. Those two are the funny thing is that Phoebe just hates Elliot, like hates Sarah Chalke's character with a passion. Like every time she's on screen, she's like, I don't get why she's in this show.
Oh, that's hilarious.
And I was like, well, I mean, like she doesn't bother me as much, but like, I just and I understand that you have to have character growth.
Yeah,
like you got to be doing dumb things to make yourself a better person. It's just, man, they ended the season that way. I was like, I can't imagine waiting 5 months for the show to come back and be like, why would I watch this?
Yeah.
But anyway, that's my rant. I just was shocked last night watching it. I was like, wow. I got the sneaking suspicion as the show was going on. I was like, well, at least JD's not been an asshole to anybody. No.
Well, just like Homicide: Life on the Street, Scrubs is such a realistic portrayal of
it really is. It really is. Yeah. I mean, I know, but it's
teasing.
Yeah,
I love that show. I loved it. I watched it. I love the fact that they filmed it near our apartment,
our headquarters. Yeah,
the Gen X. The Gen X underground headquarters.
Yeah, it is very fun to see that area featured all the time.
Oh yeah, well I used to run into those guys all the time when they were shooting it. I'd run into them at Whole Foods or because they go grab something after work,
right.
On the way there and. Not so much Zach Braff, but I would always see Donald Faison and Neil Flynn, the guy that played the janitor.
Oh yeah,
saw him to the point where we were nodding.
No, nice. Yeah, the winking buddies.
No winks.
Oh,
it wasn't as intimate as my
with Martin.
Martin
Martin Landau.
Martin Landau. Yes, it wasn't as intimate as my Martin Landau wink and nod and 10-year relationship. And John C. McGinley, I'd see him occasionally. But yeah, it was really fun. Yeah, I'd like to rewatch that. It's funny. I've thought about rewatching that and How I Met Your Mother and different sitcoms, but for some reason I'm not as juiced to rewatch sitcoms as I am like Homicide.
Yeah, your hour-long dramas.
Yeah, I also, before I got ripped into Homicide, ripped from the headlines.
Yeah,
I was rewatching ER.
Yeah.
Caught a couple. What happens to me? I am such a sheep. I'm such a sheeple that what happens to me is I'll be on YouTube and I'll be like, oh, it's a clip from Homicide, and I'll watch a clip of that.
Right.
Oh, it's like a clip from ER, and I'll watch that, and
then you get sucked in, and that's it.
I gotta watch that show again.
Yeah,
gotta watch it.
Well, ER would take a while. That show was on the air for a very long time.
Out of the gate, though, such a good show.
Yeah,
such a good show. And my God, George Clooney was handsome.
He was. He is. He still is.
There is a great story. I don't know if you've seen it. Is it Joshua Jackson?
Yes.
Joshua Jackson. He tells a story that when he did his cameo on one of the Ocean's movies where he's playing poker.
Yes.
This PA, this girl comes up. He's talking to George Clooney and a couple other people. And this PA comes up and she's saying something to George Clooney and she starts to go down. She starts to swoon and faint. And he, like, with one motion kind of catches her. Hey, you're okay, darling. Puts her to... He did it in such a nonchalant way that Joshua Jackson was like, this must happen to him so often that he doesn't even register it anymore. Yeah. He just automatically
he just knows.
He said it was the most incredible thing he's ever
reflexive.
seen. Yeah, it's just like I've never seen anybody on that level. And he's like, he said that's when I knew there are movie stars and then there are movie stars.
Yeah,
and it was really fun. I really like Joshua Jackson. You know, he and Joey, what's from Dawson's Creek?
Katie Holmes.
Did you know that Joshua Jackson and Katie Holmes are doing a trilogy of this romantic comedy that I believe is written by Katie Holmes?
Oh, really?
And they're starring in these 3 movies
Good for
together.
them. Awesome. I like both of them, so I'm curious to see that.
Oh, people are losing their minds seeing them together again. Because everybody... I watched Dawson's Creek. Yeah. I watched it. I was Dawson. Because look, you're watching Buffy and Angel. Yeah. It's the same kind of stuff comes on there.
Yeah.
You know, it was just a little soap opera.
Right.
And it's not really about... They don't talk like teenagers. So you're basically watching 30-something, but...
Right.
With
kids.
Younger bodies. Yeah. So and people loved Pacey and Joey together. They didn't want to see Dawson because Dawson cried all the time. But I think she ended up with Pacey at the end of that show.
Did she?
I think so.
I never watched it. I have no idea.
Oh, you missed out, bud.
I will say, though, I did work with James Van Der Beek. I worked with him on One Tree Hill, and I will say James Van Der Beek was an exceptionally nice guy.
I've heard nothing but nice things about him.
He was so down to earth, and he was hanging out in our post-production offices, just like, because he had to do voiceover, but he was like, I came early, and we just hung out. He was such a nice guy.
He was so funny on Don't Trust the Bee in Apartment 23, playing himself.
Yes, playing himself, yes.
There's nothing more that I love than actors portraying themselves in a not-so-great light.
Yes, and having fun with it.
Yes. Yeah. And he was having a blast. He was so good. I think, unfortunately, he was diagnosed with cancer recently.
Oh, was he?
Yeah.
Oh. Actually, I think you're right. And I think he's been battling it for a little while. But he was a super nice guy. It was one of those I was like, oh, yeah. Anyway. Did you see, just a small aside, then we'll talk about video games.
Sure.
I sent you a clip, I don't know if you watched it, of they wrapped up the season 3 filming of Shrinking.
Right.
And Harrison Ford was standing outside talking to the crew, and he was like, standing right next to him was Jason Segel with holding his coat. And like Harrison Ford was like, I love working on the show. I love working with all of you. This is the best time of my life. And then Jason Segel's like, yeah, buddy. And he turns to him, he's like, I wasn't talking to you. And grabs his coat and walks away.
He is so funny.
So good. It's so good.
I don't think there's anybody who is better at being a celebrity than Harrison Ford.
Yes.
Because he doesn't treat it like The Rock or somebody.
Yeah.
nestles into a curmudgeonly,
Yeah,
funny
yeah.
bit that he realizes the absurdity of all of this.
Right.
And he does what I think he thinks the fans enjoy. And
Yeah.
I think he really has fun. He got nominated for an Emmy.
Oh, good.
First time ever for Shrinking.
I still need to watch season 2. But I was happy that I heard that season 3 is wrapped.
Oh, me too. I love that show so much.
Yeah.
He's doing such great work.
Yeah. Oh God, yeah.
In his 80s. It's just
Yeah.
one of those guys that hit the lottery, man, and knows it.
Yeah.
He's anybody who has career that lasts 60 years
Yeah.
and is still on top of his game, doing better work than he's ever done.
Aging like fine wine, man.
I just love him so much.
Yeah.
I can't. He's getting too old though, man. They got to put him in a freezer or something.
I know. Cryo freeze.
Don't want to lose him. God, we lose him. That's it. That's the end of the movie stars.
All right, so let's talk about video games.
So what have you been playing? Video game wise.
Well, I started playing Returnal, which I thought was interesting.
Nice.
You
never play anything topical, by the way.
I know. I always like to sit on stuff for 3 years and then play it. It's interesting. I'm curious to see. I think there's a good story in it.
Yeah.
I think it might take too long to get to the story.
Yeah.
Because I got frustrated with it a couple times, and then it's like a Groundhog Day thing where when you die you start over at the beginning.
Roguelike.
But roguelike, yeah. Which I for some reason I don't like that name. But yeah,
because it's either roguelike or roguelite.
But it is technically Groundhog Day because it is a time travel thing where you're literally going back to a spaceship crashing. I have a sneaking suspicion that none of it's real, but I don't know. It's interesting, but like the game gets really hard, and I get really frustrated.
Yeah.
And I try it like 10 times, and then I'm like, okay, I'm gonna do it one more time, and then I get past whatever it is I need to get past, and then it's like, okay. But the nice thing about it is that it's roguelike, but the environment changes every time.
Okay.
So the map changes every time.
Oh, that's interesting.
And so it's like you're never exploring the same thing twice.
Doesn't get redundant.
There's stuff that you'll, like certain landmarks that you'll hit and like get to and be like, okay, you'll start to kind of see patterns. But it's interesting. And I do want to get back to it, but I want there to be more story. And it's an interesting way of having the story be told through this device.
Okay.
Of, this style.
Yeah, I've always been curious about it, but it's not.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, it might get to the point where I just stop entirely and I never play it again.
I do want to try it because I've heard nothing but good things about it.
Well, I have it on disc, so if you want to play it, you should. But the other thing that I finally started playing, which we got for free a couple months ago, was Dragon Age: The Veilguard, which Jim has already played. It was pretty cheap as soon as it came out because everyone hated it.
Stupid.
And I don't know why, because I'm having a good time with it.
Yeah.
I'm really enjoying it. I mean, it's a weird fantasy game where I told Jim yesterday, I was like, I have to have the subtitles on because half of them are like names of places and I don't understand what the hell they're talking about.
It's a solid, well put together, polished, pretty game.
It looks great.
Yeah,
like the
plays
fighting
great.
is good. Yeah, the play style's good. I like the concept of it. I don't know if I'm going to be completionist on it because there's areas they very much tell you there's areas you can go back to and that you can whenever, and there's side stories and all this stuff. But I'm enjoying the story so far, and I like the character I created, and I like having kind of weird romances and stuff.
One of the things I loved about that game was that the side stories for each character was like a game in itself.
Yeah.
They were really fleshed out, really cool stories about these different characters.
Right.
And unique.
Right. Yeah, and I do want to go through those, and a lot of those I think I've gone through a couple so far, but it's interesting. I just don't get why people had the hate for it. I mean, it's a fun fantasy game.
Yeah, I think there were two camps of hatred for it. There was the die-hard Dragon's Age fans, because it was a pretty big departure from the last version, which was, I think, Dragon Age
The
Inquisition.
Yeah.
Which I ended up starting after I played that. I played it for a little bit. It's a little dated. It's hard for me to go back to these games sometimes with it was still kind of fun. But there was those people that just didn't feel that it was a Dragon's Age game.
Right.
And then there were, the pointless haters that find woke, whatever garbage to complain about
angry
and
about,
just unhappy little.
Oh no,
basement
you
dwellers.
can identify by whatever gender you want. Oh no.
Yeah. Oh, God forbid everybody gets included. It can have fun playing the game. We've talked about that over and over again. How it makes no sense to me. But yeah, I think I would give that game like an 8.5.
Yeah, I mean, I'm right now. I would say it's about a 9.
Yeah.
I mean, it's interesting. I'm enjoying it. Like I'm not. It's not like I'm getting horribly invested in it.
Right.
But it's fun.
It's a blockbuster movie. It's a fun.
Yeah, that's the way I'm looking.
Yeah.
That's the way I'm looking at it. Is that it's this fun story that you're playing through and just to touch on the whole like people being mad about the wokeness, it's like my character has horns. Like, does it matter if they're non-binary or not?
Your character looks like a blue Jack Black with horns.
He does.
It's amazing.
I really like giving characters I create gray hair and gray beards or white.
Yeah.
If I can. For some reason I find it fascinating. But yeah, he's one of those Valar or something or Vitar or something, some race I'd never heard of, but he's got horns. There was like 50 different kinds of horns you could put on him. I was like, this is cool.
The character creation in that is really fun. I really loved that game. I thought it was super solid. And with so many games coming out needing like 50 gigabyte patches right away or that are definitely not ready for prime time, this game was fully baked. And I don't remember any real issues. It maybe crashed once in 60 hours or whatever.
I don't think it's crashed at all for me.
Yeah.
And the voice acting's really good. Like they were always directed well. Like it's interesting. I don't know. I just don't get why people just out of the gate thought it was the most horrible game ever.
Well, I think unfortunately there is a small minority, and this is how it's been since the internet existed, that are very loud.
Yeah.
And it's a lot more clickbaity to talk about hate rather than love.
Yeah, that's true.
And
that's
so,
true.
Everybody jumps on the bandwagon of, oh, this is the worst game ever.
Right.
But then they can't really articulate why.
Yeah.
And then it's just BS. It's just prejudice and simple-mindedness and small-mindedness. But you're enjoying it?
But I am. I did pick up, there's a sale, huge PlayStation Store sale going on right now, summer sale, and I did pick up Claire Obscure Expedition 33.
Oh, man.
It's $45 usually. It's on sale for $30, I think it's $50 usually, and it was on sale for $45, and I had a couple of like $5 gift certificate things that I was able to use, so I was able to get it for under $40. But I'm super excited to try it. I have no idea if I'm going to like it or not. I've heard Greg has told me, he was like, I don't know if you like this, but you got to play it. It's really good.
Greg he's a good friend of ours, and he's also a huge gamer like we are.
I think he actually has a PS5 and the Xbox. If I remember right, I think he owns
Richie
both.
Rich, I suppose.
I think he does. Don't quote me on that.
I'm pretty sure
he'll
does.
Correct us if I'm wrong.
But he's more of like a Souls-like. He likes
loves that stuff.
Like
Dark Souls?
Dark Souls, and then what's the Elden Ring?
Elden Ring, yeah.
He loves that kind of challenge stuff. Yeah. And he's gotten me closer than anybody else to trying those games because he's very persuasive. But he's got great taste. And that Claire Obscura I've not seen one bad thing written about it.
Right.
And it goes to show you that these smaller companies making these AA games, they're not inferior at all to the AAA games.
No.
In fact, they surpass them in many ways. The graphics are beautiful. It's supposedly got this really interesting hybrid fighting system.
Yeah, which I'm really curious. Yeah,
and the story's supposed to be fantastic.
I've heard such good things about the story. And this is what I love about video games and why I play video games is the story.
Yeah,
I need to have a story that grabs me and keeps me in.
Yeah.
And I've heard great things, so I'm curious. The concept of it sounds fascinating. I'm gonna finish the Veilguard, Dragon Age Veilguard, and then probably jump into that. And try it because I'm really curious.
Yeah. I played. We got. It's funny because I started it up. We got it for Christmas. Diablo 4.
Oh yeah.
And I started playing it, and then they started a new season or something, and then it jacked my character up to. It did all this stuff without me knowing it that upset me.
Right.
And so I quit in a rage and decided, F this. And then we got it for free for PlayStation Plus this month. Mm-hmm. And I was like, all right, I can't figure out what to play. I'll just do it. So I ended up playing that again. I had a good time. It's just mindless fun. Yeah. The graphics are really great. I just played through the story. I'm not a multiplayer guy. I'm not a guy that likes to get online with other people. I like you. I'm more just looking. It's like a book. Video games are like books to me. I want a really good story, something that's going to, and now I've realized with Red Dead Redemption and Cyberpunk that I really like immersion. I really, sometimes I like the down parts of the game more than the parts of the game, But this, the story is whatever, you're fighting Lilith, but it's dungeon and this and that, but there's enough difference in the biomes and stuff that keep it interesting, and the story keeps going, and I ended up finishing it. And then there's a whole end game thing to this. So most of these games, like Destiny, these live service games, you go through the story, and that's kind of ancillary. You do it to get to the end game situation where you go on this loop of, you go on these raids or these dungeons to get the loot and the better loot and this and that. And so I started trying that, and it was all right. I mean, I had some fun trying some new stuff, and I fought a world boss with everybody.
Right.
But I kept it on regular difficulty, and it was the easiest game I've ever played in my life. Like, I never died. I died once from a glitch.
Right.
But I never died, and I popped it up to hard, and it was still really easy. And I don't think the game becomes challenging until you get to the hardcore.
Right.
The unlockable tiers. It's not like there's a story to continue.
Right.
There's still a bunch of side quests and stuff I hadn't done, but the side quests in this aren't very engaging. They're more like, somebody disappeared.
Go do the thing and then come back and give me the thing. Yeah.
And in terms of just a mindless hack and slash gore fest, it was fun, but it was really just kind of tuning out and killing a ton of things, and then trying to like manage your inventory. And that just gets so boring to me. I hate managing inventory.
So tedious.
I don't like. That's why I don't play those survival games. Because it just seems so.
I want to get into survival games so much, and the second I play them, I'm like, why am I doing this?
Okay, so done Diablo 3. Play it if you want. It's a fine game. Diablo 4. If you like the Diablo games, totally play it. It's a fun arcadey. It's the opposite of Baldur's Gate 3. You don't need to think about it at all. So I think that there's a survival game coming out that's going to get me.
Okay.
I've been watching some videos. It's a game that's on, I think it's early access. It's going to be coming to consoles next year once they get through. And it's called Crosswind.
Okay.
And it's this pirate survival game. But all of the survival elements and the building elements seem really streamlined. Everything rolls together in a way that it doesn't seem like it's too complicated. Like, okay, I need to get some wood to build this thing to be able to build, my ship or whatever.
Right.
But it's these quick things. Like it's not like, you have to wait 3 days to blobbity bloop. It just seems like all of the inventory, everything is streamlined in a way that it just seemed really fun. Watching these guys play this game for the first time in a while, I was like, this looks really fun. Okay. The exploration, there's like a little story going on, there's mysteries and things, but the game loop seems in a way that it really focuses on moving forward, but in a very organic way.
Okay.
I guess what I'm trying to say. It doesn't, it's like, you're naked and you have to build a fire. You still have to eat and you still have to drink, but it's not so dire and so meticulous as most of these games are, where it's just like, Jesus, just let me sit down for a minute.
Yeah.
So that one's coming out, and that really looks fun to me.
Okay.
I've been watching a lot of people play video games. It's weird.
It's like you're Gen Z, man.
But it's games that I don't even play. I've become obsessed with watching people play DayZ.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know why. Like, I've never played DayZ in my life.
Yeah.
I think we have it for free.
Do we?
But
I think that's
but there's this English girl that plays the game. She's really good at it, and I think that's what it is. Is she's so good at it, and
it is very fun to watch people good. Yeah,
and she's she's got the English accent, so that also makes her feel like you're watching a smarty. But she'll hook up with people in the game and then betray them, and she'll become a bad guy, and she'll do all these things that makes it interesting. A lot of times you just have to fast forward through this shit because it's just them walking around forever and it's boring. But once they do something fun, like have a gunfight with somebody or whatever, it's really interesting. I don't know why I'm watching that. I'm probably watching more than I'm playing these days. I started. It's so funny. We're not playing any games from like this century, but after Diablo, I just couldn't figure out what to play, and I just been kind of jumping around different things. With the new Mafia Old Country coming out, which looks really good to me.
It does.
It just looks like an awesome Mafia movie.
Looks fun. Yeah.
I'm down for a linear experience. Yeah, I'm like a Guardians of the Galaxy type of thing. Where
Just give me a story. Let me run through it. Yeah.
Well done. So I played the first Mafia. Played the remake of it, which I loved. I thought
it was great.
One of the best.
So good.
One of the best remakes ever.
Yeah.
I also have the Mafia 2 remake, and so I started playing that again, and it's pretty fun. It's I don't know. I mean, I love Mafia stuff.
Yeah.
It's fun to drive around in your car and listen to old tunes from the 40s. Yeah. But I don't know if it's going to keep me.
There was a certain point in that game where I had to deliver some stuff, and I couldn't do it in time, and I gave up.
Yeah, well, in the first Mafia, and they fixed this, thank God, but in the first Mafia, there's this race that in the first edition of it, the first release of it, it was so impossible that people broke the disc in half and would never play the game again. And subsequent releases, I think that you can even skip it if you want to.
I remember doing it in the first try. And just being like, oh, okay, like that wasn't that hard.
Well, they made it a lot easier,
yeah.
Because it's just like the physics and everything were very authentic to the time.
Right,
and, the cars didn't drive out.
So hard.
So, but there was I know exactly what you're talking about because I hit that place too in Mafia 2 and almost quit. But I got through it. But yeah, that's the thing. It sucks when there are levels that ruin the game for you almost.
Yeah.
The things that are so hard or just so boring or so despicable that you're just like, what is this doing here?
Yeah. Why did you include this?
Right.
I could have gone my whole life not doing this, and it would have been fine.
I don't know, man. I'm trying to figure out something to play. I'm getting real close to doing a third playthrough of Cyberpunk.
You should try Returnal. I'm curious to see what you think.
Yeah, I'd like to try it. I'm looking for something. I want a story to sink my teeth into.
Yeah. You could always replay Mad Max.
Oh, it's so good. I want a new experience, though.
Yeah,
I want to try something new. There's a lot of games. I mean, I'd love to do a Baldur's Gate replay through, but that's 200 hours. I want something that's like Clair Obscura, that's going to be 40, 50 streamlined hours of story, and so we'll see what happens. I don't know, man.
All right, well, I think that's it for us. We'll be back next week with our, it's going to be a fun month. New month.
When Animals Attack.
Oh, when Animals Attack, we're going to hit up some really good older movies.
Baby, we're hitting the mainstream again. Yeah. When you just thought we couldn't be any more obscure than we... Let's talk about Clair Obscura.
Yeah.
We're doing Killer Bees.
We're starting off with frogs.
We're starting with frogs,
yes.
Which... Such a weird. It's one of the first ecological horror movies.
It's so weird.
With Sam Elliott, I believe,
and Ray Milland.
Ray Milland
as the lead. Sam Elliott is one of his first movies.
Yep.
He's young and buff. We're going to talk about it. It's going to be weird watching him all young.
I've talked to this is one of those movies that my sister and I loved as a kid. Yeah. I've asked her to watch it again so we can. It's also her birthday month.
Oh, nice. Okay.
So she's agreed. We talked to her agents and her people. And she's agreed to come on the Stepdads show and talk about frogs with us.
Great.
So hopefully we'll get her on.
But yeah, then we're going to Attack of the Killer Bees.
TV movie, I think.
I believe it was a TV movie.
With Eddie Albert.
And Night of the Lepus.
Lepus. What's really
it's
crazy.
Not lupus.
No, because lupus is wolf and lepus is rabbit.
Yeah.
So it's like, instead of Night of the Rabbit, because that doesn't sound scary at all, because rabbits aren't scary, it's Night of the Lepus, but it's about giant rabbits.
Yeah, it's weird. I don't think I have seen frogs. I don't think I've seen the others. And then we're ending out on
Kingdom of the Spiders.
Kingdom of the Spiders. Yeah.
Oh, with William Shatner.
Oh, that's right.
These spiders.
And it may not be in that order. Don't quote us on that. But we're going to try to go chronologically. But definitely starting with frogs. And frogs is exciting. Despite the fact that it's not just frogs killing everybody. No. It's the weirdest title.
I found a kingdom of spiders. Here we go. Nice.
That's how I'm going to laugh from now on.
Good. Okay. All right, let's do this. It's getting hot. Look, it's still difficult. It's still kind of a pain in the ass.
The Fantastic Four lady, whose name I do not remember.
Jerby Kirby. Is her name.
Jerby Kirby. It's Vanessa something.
Vanessa Kirby.
Vanessa Kirby. There we go. Hey, we got there. Yay.
We did. We now return you to your regularly scheduled programming, Moonlighting, already in progress.